outside of this all the time.
All right, Richard, nice job. Time to come on in.
So one of the key concepts we're looking at for lunar and even Martian missions is using what we call a suit port. The idea of a suit port is that you have this plate that becomes your pressure seal between the vehicle and your suit. So when you're not using the suit, it stays outside the entire time. It is physically attached to the vehicle, so you can come in and out of your spacesuit without ever having to physically go into an airlock like we do today.
Welcome home, Richard. How'd the suit feel?
Feels good.
Outstanding. Strong work out there.
Driving a space exploration vehicle on dry land is great training for deep space missions of the future. But driving a mini-sub was even more exacting. No, there are no liquid oceans on Mars. But before setting out for the Red Planet, astronauts may make test missions to nearby asteroids. A mini-sub resembles the kind of craft we will use to explore asteroids, and the ocean matches the zero gravity of space. This NEMO 16 mission marks the 16th time NASA has trained at the Aquarius Lab, which is anchored 60 feet underwater off Key Largo in Florida. NASA aquanauts live in the lab for up to 2 weeks without coming to the surface. This allows us to work the entire day and only decompress once at the end of the mission. Any mistakes here can have real consequences, exactly as in deep, inhospitable space. Since asteroids appear to have changed very little since they first formed, they could tell us a lot about our early solar system. Ultimately, we may develop space tools to capture and reposition a small asteroid to orbit our moon. This would allow for easier study and also develop our ability to deflect a larger asteroid that was on a collision course with Earth.
This Olympus inflatable habitat, designed by Bigelow Aerospace, is a look at the future of living in space.
Jay, this is amazing. How big is that?
Thanks. Yeah, it's really big. It's about 2,250 cubic meters interior volume, which is a little over twice the size of the International Space Station.
And it looks like it's like 40 feet tall or something.
Yeah, it's probably 45 or 50. It's really big.
But once you get into space, you just inflate it with air?
Right. We bring up huge compressed air tanks that bring up large volumes of air. And this expands out, so the inside is about 16 meters in diameter, and the outside's a lot bigger than that.
It's surprising that an inflatable habitat can protect its crew against micrometeorites and radiation, but that's what tests have shown. The immense volume of Olympus will provide ample work areas, as well as living space to help maintain crew morale.
Supply craft to provide food, fuel, and radiation-protective living space will be landed on Mars well before the first human expedition is launched. We don't know exactly what all the spacecraft will look like, but concepts are under active development. Our infatuation with space exploration is as limitless as space itself. Without the shuttle, there would be no International Space Station, the vital test bed for a future human expedition to Mars. And that mission is closer than you might imagine. NASA projects we will get to Mars in the 2030s. In other words, within the career of today's young astronauts.
So any of these movies that you see where people survive for 20 seconds, operation.
Why go to Mars? Why not just send more and more sophisticated robotic vehicles? I think to explore beyond what is known is simply at the core of our DNA. And only a human mission can tell us definitively if we can survive and establish future settlements on Mars. Astronauts exploring the planet may notice and learn things robots could not. Things that could help take us to the next frontiers beyond Mars. Every 26 months, there is an optimal window for launching spacecraft to Mars. But even using the planet's orbits to shorten distance and increase speed, with currently planned propulsion, the trip to and from Mars will take 6 months each way. Someday, even more exotic plasma or fusion propulsion could shorten the journey. But the first explorers to Mars will not have that luxury.
It's already been started.
Orion can transport up to 6 passengers, but for a first trip to Mars, it would likely carry no more than 4. While going to and from the Red Planet, Orion and the inflatable habitat will be the astronauts' life support home for flight control, science, and that all-important physical exercise.
Solar panels. That's the blow up where they live on the left side. Spaceship. Solar panels in the middle of front. On the right side.
Going to Mars, getting there, working there, coming back, will take nearly 3 years. I wonder how that will feel, to be away from home and friends and family for so long.
Space for 3 years. 6 months out. 2 years in, 6 months back. Land on Mars.
There is no 911 in space. When Orion nears Mars, the spacecraft is 2 years away from any possibility of help from Earth. Even radio communications will take 40 minutes to send and receive, so any equipment failures or other emergencies must be solved by the crew alone.
Scientists can't tell them what to check.
Nearly 4 decades of robotic exploration on Mars has blazed a path for humans to follow. Craft like Pathfinder and Curiosity. Maybe I'll get to kick the dust off their tires.
Stand.
Though it will be incredibly exciting to land on Mars, our ongoing training in sophisticated simulator labs means it won't feel entirely unfamiliar when we get there. Later explorers to Mars might travel hundreds of kilometers to mine their own water and hydrogen to make fuel for their return to Earth. But first visitors will have their hands full, making the discoveries that only a human mission can accomplish. I don't know if I'll ever get to walk and work on Mars, but I may already know some of those who will. Someone who dreams of it, just like me.
Humankind has forever been drawn toward the unknown by the simple innate conviction that to see the long-hidden side of the mountain, to brush the infinite depth of the sea, might reveal where we come from and who we are. When humans do touch and explore Mars, it will be among the greatest achievements in history. But even that won't be enough. We are the species that explores. We will fashion new vessels to carry us still deeper into space, venturing from our life-giving home to uncover the secrets of the cosmos and our own unimagined possibilities.